I always know when I'm meeting another Baha'i because the expression is alawpa. And I don't know what that means. Like blessing.
What is that?
Alawpa is Allah for God, and then
Wait, is Allah your God?
Well, Allah is just the sound. That's just
Allah.
That can't be Baha'i.
Wait a minute. Wait, if you say God, and I say
the word Allah is simply the word
God.
It's for God in Arabic.
Yeah.
It's just an Arabic word.
We could all say Allah. I could say
Wait a
Allah.
second, does Baha'i so confused?
Allah is not a name. Allah is an identification.
But Allah,
you know the word God?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in Arabic language,
It's Allah.
Allah is the word for God.
Even the Christian
it's a
Bible
translation.
would have had Allah as God.
If it had been written in Arabic.
Yeah.
However, what's interesting is we also believe that God is exalted beyond belief. That God cannot be defined by a name.
And isn't that the fundamental premise of all religions?
All religion.
Jack,
That
is
God
this
is
a
unknown.
CD gospel music like this?
What's that?
Is this a player CD by Eric Gozer gospel music in this thing?
So just
So
a
You know, and that's interesting that she says that because what her perception demonstrates, and it's not an uncommon one, is that we have to fit into our box. We're not allowed in the other person's box.
Well, for me,
So
I don't want to
Allah,
praise something
right?
that
No.
is foreign to
And
my.
it's just a misunderstanding, really.
But all of our prayers in English say, oh God. They don't say, oh Allah.
No.
Well, it's
okay.
like-
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
Amen.
Because that's
Yeah.
the language.
Amen
Amen is.
really means it shall be so, or something to that effect. It's
It's not an English word.
right.
But it's
So-
an interesting thing because that's what I learned even working at Mascott when I was on Aramaic.
Yeah.
Same was when you hear the Lord's Prayer in Aramaic, you think it's not the Lord's Prayer.
Right. Interesting.
But it's
We were quite. The
fascinating.
Armenians were so excited to say they're the first Christians. It's the first thing that.
It's an amazing story.
Yeah.
I've studied Armenian history. It's an
I
amazing
know
history.
nothing. It's so horrible.
But you can learn.
I can learn. Yes.
The most important thing is, I think the most interesting word in the English language is turn.
Turn?
Turn.
40 seconds.
What?
So you can turn from ignorance to knowledge. You can turn from darkness to light. Turn is where whatever we put our attention to, because we're decision makers as human beings. We make decisions every split second. Deciding what to say, deciding how to
20 seconds.
deciding what we think of other people. You know, that process of decision making is a powerful process. So whatever you turn your attention to is what your heart is what your mind is.
I'll leave that up to you, what do you just put up? Okay. I listen with one eye and I watch with the other one.
I'm just waiting for your.
You're used to doing that, so that is a very good point.
And we are back with the Liquid Lunch on netradio.com. We're going to get more of that impression of Baha'i from our guest Jack Lenz. We were just talking about one of your favorite words, turn, and you were elaborating on why you like that word so much. Could you?
Sure. Well, there's a very interesting study by William James, who's a great American psychologist, one of the first great American psychologists. And he said that the very basis of character, which we all would love to have a great character, is judgment and will and attention. He says that being able to pay attention to things, using the power of attention, is at the very basis of these great characteristics of the human person. And when you think about it, what do we send our kids to school for? So they can pay attention.
Become more conscious.
Because they can become more conscious. And when you think about the power of attention, it is the greatest, maybe the greatest power we have. Because when we want to learn something, when we're interested in something, like if you fall in love with someone, your whole attention is on the character of that person. And what are they thinking? What do they care about? You know? So the power of attraction to an idea is what turns the attention of a human being to something. And that is the very, very basis of character, judgment, and will. Right? Because your ability to say, okay, I am going to focus now on, if I have been in a condition of ignorance, I want to turn towards knowledge. If I have been in a condition of sorrow, I want to turn to joy. So these are aspects of human will. Right? Will is based upon attention, being able to focus. And that's why the practice of spirituality is so crucial. When you say prayers, you don't want your mind to wander.
Oh my goodness, my mind wanders everywhere. I can't stay focused. I don't know what to do. I start going off into next day's meal as I'm doing my prayers.
Of course, but that's the secret, and it's so great that you do that, because every time you refocus the attention, it's like strengthening a muscle.
Really? God's not mad at me for going off
Please.
everywhere?
No, he expects it.
Oh, really? Okay, well that's better. Well, that's good.
And you see, our concept of God, and this partly comes from our Judeo-Christian background, has been very judgmental. God is not judgmental in the way that we understand it. He judges between falsehood and truth. But he has an enormous amount of compassion for how people are willing to grow.
So does that mean everybody gets to go to heaven?
Absolutely. Every soul transcends death.
What?
Every soul transcends death. Now, what the condition of the soul is in the next world depends on your actions here. How would you prefer to live in that life beyond the physical existence? Would you prefer to live as a stone who has ignored all of its capacities and all of its potential, so that you're not very aware of all of these blessings and bounties and incredible opportunity? Or